What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are all having an absolutely fantastic day. I know I am. If you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam. I will force you to watch every single one of the VeggieTale movies back to back to back while eating nothing but hot sauce. Yeah, that's right. You're gonna destroy the toilet bowl after watching VeggieTales with hot sauce, so you might really want to think this one through. Anyways, guys, what's going on? It's your boy Scrub here, and as you can tell from today's title, today we're gonna be talking about the time these gangsters tried to fight me. As you can tell in the thumbnail, this group of gentlemen were so incredibly scary, alright? Their family tree might have been aligned straight up and down, okay? Their grandma might have also been their aunt. I'm not really too sure what the situation was, but all I know is that they tried to throw down with the Scrubster. I just referred to myself as the Scrubster, and now I need to go wash my mouth out with soap. But seriously, it's going to be a funny story. You guys are probably going to enjoy it. So, yeah, buckle your seatbelts and get ready for this bumpy ride, and let's get into it. In my senior year of high school, I was pretty into debate. And I was decent at it, I guess. I ended up qualifying for the national debate competition when I graduated, which happened to be in Birmingham, Alabama. And I don't know if any of you guys have been to Birmingham, Alabama, but it's not a normal place, okay? Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of normal people, and if you're watching this and you're from Birmingham and you're normal, then yeah, good for you. But if you are from Birmingham, Alabama, and you're watching this, and you also know that there's a large portion of people in Birmingham, Alabama that are crazy. The difference is, I think every city has crazy people, okay? Like Las Vegas has crackheads, California has, I don't really know what California has, but Birmingham has redneck gangs, a bunch of gangster white dudes who think that they're hard. And regardless, me and my group of high school friends accidentally almost started a fight in the middle of a Birmingham street, and yeah, it was a pretty funny story. So, like I said, we were there for a debate tournament, but we didn't really take it that seriously because we knew that we were good, but we were not, like, national level good, okay? Like, I mean, I was alright in the state of Nevada, but there was no way I was about to throw down a debate with some kid from Connecticut. I don't know why I said Connecticut. Maybe they're just really good at arguing. I just work here, bro. But obviously, you know, we just kind of goofed off. So by the third day of the trip, we no longer had to go to debate, so we were just kind of let free to roam around Birmingham because we had already graduated at this point and could really do whatever we wanted. So me and all my friends from back here in Nevada decided that we were just gonna go walk around Birmingham, see the sights, the beautiful sights that exist in Birmingham, Alabama, and overall just try to have a good time, alright? We didn't really know what we could do in Birmingham, Alabama. We're like, okay, let's just go walk around, have ourselves a good time, no big deal. So we're walking around Birmingham, and one thing that Birmingham doesn't really have very well set up is like crosswalks and stuff. Basically, you kind of just gotta cross the street when you think it's safe to cross the street and hope for the best. Which is why whenever there was a crosswalk, we just assumed that it was pretty obvious what was going on, okay? So we get to this crossroad, and it's a massive street. There's an intersection, there's a traffic light, and the light to cross where we're gonna cross turns red, so that way nobody could drive on the road that we were crossing. Does that make sense? Like, the light that turned red was the one that let people drive across us. If we were gonna get run over, now it was a red light, so the person would be arrested. You know, that's what the situation was. And we take about 5 steps out into this crosswalk, and a Camaro just rooms by, like, as fast as possible. Super close. I think it was like 2 feet away from me, and there was another dude slightly in front of me. And the dude slightly in front of me, I'm gonna name Chris. And Chris, you know, was a very no-nonsense guy. He was the type of dude that would basically let anybody have it for any slight inconvenience they had in this life. So the second a car almost hits him while he's just trying to cross the street in the crosswalk, that's not cool with Chris. So Chris does the only logical thing, and I don't know how he reacted fast enough, but he just kicks the back of this Camaro as hard as he can as it's driving by. And when he does that, he falls over because obviously kicking a car that's moving pretty quickly doesn't help you keep your balance intact. I don't think anyone's ever been like, oh man, I'm having a really hard time on this tightrope. I wish a car would almost hit me right now. So we're sitting here and the car drives by and Chris kicks it, and we're just kind of like, dang, that was funny, and we get up and keep walking. Well, the car's going so fast that the next thing we hear is the brakes squealing as it slams to a halt, like basically another street down, as it realizes what happened and realizes that one of us have kicked the car. And sure enough, it pops a U-turn and the tires are squealing. Like, this guy slapped a Tokyo Drift U-turn, alright? Like, if they were filming it, it probably would have made it into the next Fast and Furious. We're gonna be completely honest here. Cranks the turd and comes flying back down the street. And listen, I'm gonna say this now. Should Chris have kicked the car? No. But at the same time, should you run a red light when pedestrians are crossing the street and almost hit them with your car? Also no. And I'm not trying to be, you know, the moral police here, but I'm pretty sure it's worse to hit a bunch of kids with your car than it is for a kid to kick your car, you know? Like, I'm pretty sure if we stood in front of the judge and went, yes, we did kick his car, and then he was like, oh, what'd you do? And you were like, I just mowed down a group of teenage kids crossing the street, you're gonna be the one getting the longer prison sentence. So the car whips around and starts speeding back. So all of us just kind of cross the street and kind of like walk faster down the road because we're like, look, we don't want to get in any beef. We don't want to get in any trouble. Like, that's just not what we're about. And as we're walking down the road, the Camaro drives by with the driver's head leaning out the window, basically screaming like, which one of you idiots kicked my car? And obviously, man, I ain't folding under pressure. I ain't switching for no hoe. I ain't talking to no fat man in a Camaro, and I ain't telling on my bros. So all of us just kind of look at him and then just keep walking. Like, we ignore him, right? Which I guess makes him more mad because the next thing we know, he says, that's it. And he pulls over, slams on the brakes, throws the car into park, which is probably not good for the park because they were still rolling when he threw it into park, which damages the transmission. But you know, way to go, man. You clearly know a ton about your cars. And then opens the door, and out steps what I can only describe as, and I'm going to try to say this in the most PC, family-friendly way possible, a gorilla. Except not a gorilla that's ripped, not Harambe. A gorilla that has eaten nothing but Twinkies and drank Mountain Dew Code Red for the last 8 years. Like, a gorilla that hasn't moved, hasn't climbed any trees, hasn't done anything except eat 15,000 calories a day and play Call of Duty. It was a pretty big dude, don't get me wrong, but not big in the intimidating way. Big in the, if we ran down the road right now, this guy would never be able to catch us way. And obviously, it's a Camaro, so there's 2 doors. And that's when we see him turn back around and, like, do the thing where the seats lay down a little bit so people can get out. And out step 3 more guys of equally big size. I don't know if this was a clown car or if I was like getting on a TV show, but when 4 dudes who weigh 500 pounds step out of a Camaro, you're a little bit impressed. I don't even know how those dudes can fit in the back seat. I've sat in the back seat of a Camaro. It is not a comfortable ride for me, and I'm just tall and skinny. I could not imagine weighing 500 pounds having to squeeze back there. No, thank you. So the 5 Pillsbury the 4 Pillsbury door. Oh my God. I can say the word dough, okay? I'm working on it, all right? The 4 Pillsbury Doughboys are basically walking towards us now, or should I say waddling towards us now, and they're like, you think it's funny to kick somebody's car? Like, you really think it's funny? You guys coulda, oh my God. You could have caused a car accident. Thank you, mouth, for actually forming words the way my brain is telling you to. I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, they're saying that we could have caused an accident. So obviously, me being the big mouth genius I am, I kind of am like, look, you guys almost hit us with your car. Maybe, hear me out, if you don't want to cause a car accident, you shouldn't run red lights across crosswalks with people crossing. I know, I am a next level visionary genius. And he looks at me, the tubby guy who was driving, and says, oh, you want to get smart with me, young man? Yes, because one of us kicked your car, you popped an illegal U-turn in the middle of the road, chased us down, got out of your car, and are now walking towards us threateningly saying, why did we kick your car? So yeah, I am going to talk back to you. Second of all, I don't know you, bro. I don't know why you think you deserve my respect at all, but maybe I'd be a little bit nicer if you didn't just almost hit me with your car, bro. Like, you really almost ran me off the road. I would have been a splatter mark on your GTA record, and now you're mad at me for being upset about it? Like, yes, I'm so sorry that you almost hit me with your car. I won't damage your Camaro anymore. You know what damages a Camaro more than a kick? My femur shattering against the hood of the car. And Tubby and the Pillsbury Doughboys did not like my response because it was disrespectful. So they start going off about how we don't know how to respect people and how dare we be so disrespectful. They were trying to peacefully solve the problem. Yes, you and your grown men stepping out of the car to flex on a bunch of 17, 18-year-old kids and say, why did you kick my car? Do you guys want to get beat up? Definitely is a peaceful approach that deserves respect. So at this point, we're kind of like, whatever. So we turn around and start to walk away, which I guess they take as more disrespectful, because the next thing that happens is that a big Route 44 7-Eleven jug gets thrown at one of my friends. It was Chris, the one who gets thrown at it, right? And at this point, I'm having enough. Like, look, I was the one who was talking smack. If you got a problem, Chris is the one who kicked your car. But if you're going to throw, like, a giant soda at somebody, then throw it at me. So I'm not saying this was nice. I'm not saying this was the right thing to do. But I turn around, and I say, ahem, hey man, you missed throwing your giant soda at me and my friends. Maybe if your arm had less of a fat percentage than Shamu, you would have a little bit better aim. And also, drinking all that soda every day is the reason you're diabetic and your girlfriend left you because you couldn't even do anything to make her happy. I was just taking a guess that his girlfriend left him because of this, but you know. I understand it's not cool. You shouldn't make fun of people, but if you're throwing soda at me and my friends after trying to fight us because you almost hit us with your car, I'm not gonna be nice. Call me crazy, I think I deserve that right. Yes, I know it was a little far, but yeah, okay, I don't feel bad, all right? I'm not gonna pretend that I feel bad because I really don't. So, this obviously makes them mad. There's probably about 100 feet between us and them, and all of them suddenly start running towards us. And by the time they get to us, they are so winded that I could basically wave at them with a feather, and they would all fall down and not know what to do, right? Like, these guys were not in the type of shape where they could actually fight a bunch of people that were relatively in shape. And they're like, oh, you think I'm fat? You think I'm fat? And okay, this once again was not the nice thing to say, but I said, I mean, you look like you're about to pass out because you ran 100 feet, so I don't have to call you fat. Your body's doing that for you. And that makes them even madder. They're like, that's it, we're gonna throw down. And I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna throw down, bro. We're gonna throw down. So the leader is the one that's trying to throw down. And at this point, the 4 Pillsbury Doughboys, the 3 that aren't, the one that's the most mad is the guy who was driving the car, right? The other 3 Pillsbury Doughboys are now kind of starting to realize that A, they are not in shape enough to fight. 2, there's more of us than there are of them. There are 4 of them. There's like 8 of us that are, like, you know, relatively in shape 17-year-old dudes that they're outnumbered by. And on top of that, I am tilting them. Like, I'm in this dude's head, okay? Listen, if you're gonna almost hit me with a car, that's all right. You can almost hit me with your car. That's cool. I'm gonna be in your head, bro. I'm in your head. I'm making you so self-conscious, and all I have to do is sit here and say you're fat and you're gonna freak out and try to fight me. All right, bro. Regardless, homeboy who's mad is even getting madder now because his friends are kind of like, yo, dude, we might not want to do this. Come on, like, just get back in the car. Let's just keep driving. And he's like, no, these kids need to be taught a lesson. That's it. You know, like, I don't know who you guys think you are, but this is Alabama. Like, this isn't your turf. And I'm like, dude, come on. Like, you're going to pull the turf excuse now. Like, you act like you own Alabama. You and your boys, you and your 4 boys carpooling in your Camaro own all of Alabama. Like, we don't have a right to be here because it's your turf. Oh no, I'm so sorry that we disrespected the turf that you're on, right? So he starts trying to square up, and so Chris, who is a giant dude, by the way, kind of like gets between me and the big dude, and the big dude pushes Chris. So Chris pushes this giant dude who was driving the Camaro, and the guy falls over. And when he falls over, I'm pretty sure the pressure of 18 Nagasaki nuclear bombs explode. Like, he hits the ground, and the thud could probably be heard and all the way in Mississippi. And they get up, and his friends are kind of like, yo, bro, we gotta go. And then he's like, no, I'm trying to square up. And Chris looks at him and goes, dude, I already knocked you down once. Don't make me knock you down again. And he's like, yeah, whatever. You guys are disrespectful. You're lucky that I have to be at work in a few hours. Otherwise, I'd fight you guys, which is honestly the lamest excuse ever to not fight us after you just said you were gonna fight us. You're lucky I gotta go be an accountant in 4 hours, man. Otherwise, I would throw down, dude. But, you know, being an accountant, I can't be in a fight 4 hours before I have to go to work. You know, that's not how that works. Like, obviously, I can't stroll into my accounting job angry at the world. No, no, no. So him and his boys waddle back to the Camaro and all squeeze back in, and I think that was also really fun to watch because it took them about 3 minutes to get back into the car. So for 3 minutes, they're just awkwardly trying to cram themselves back in this Camaro while all of us are just kind of like watching them and laughing, which made them madder. And as they drove by really quickly, honking their horn like as a last, like, I would fight you, but I gotta go be an accountant in an hour, so, you know, you're lucky that you dodged this one. Haha, like, I could have fought you all, but I had to go to work in a few hours. It had nothing to do with the fact that I realized that I was definitely not gonna win. And yeah, that was the story of the time 4 Pillsbury Doughboys tried to fight me and my friends. Moral of the story is, don't try to hit people with your car and you won't have any beef. And yeah, press the like button if you enjoyed all that good stuff. Have yourselves an incredible day. Watch another video on the channel if you want. My name is Scrubby. Follow me on Instagram at Scrubby. Today's notification shout out goes to the one, the only. I send Scrubby a meme every day. Big shout out to you for having on notifications. Have an absolutely incredible day. Don't get anyone pregnant if you do. Make sure you're hot. I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.